it's weird, like, no, just a bunch of like goofballs who like put on some film events, you know, and like people are taking us seriously, which is really strange. I feel like nobody really, I don't know, like I feel like we tricked everybody, and like everyone thinks that we're way more professional than we actually are. Yeah, people constantly come up to us. Helen was just saying this to me, like people constantly come up to us and say like, oh man, everything's so well organized, and you're like, if only you knew. But like, yeah, no, we totally never, like, I don't know, that seems really quite self-important to be like, oh, we never thought we'd get this far, but like, it's kind of true, like, it doesn't make any sense. But I guess it's more just like, there's people who really want to see queer films, and like, because the situation's so desperate, they'll come to SQIFF because we're the only gig in town. But like, you know, I guess that's some, you know, like space we're willing to fill. Hopefully we can, you know, do it to everyone's satisfaction. I mean, in terms of that stuff, so like the feminist porn, I mean, like we put it on the first year and it sold out in the CCA cinema, which is like 75 people, and then we put it on last year in the theater and it sold out again, which is like double the size. But like, again, you know, it's just sort of like, where can you see sort of good quality porn programming in Scotland? I mean, obviously there are places like, we're working this year with like Glasgow School of Art Porn Society, which is really exciting, and like, we've never really had a sort of gay man porn event, so that's really quite neat. But yeah, in terms of the problems, like it was all just ridiculous. You know, it's like we'd all been joking like the first year. It's like, you know, if we really want to try and drive the sales, we have to like we should like write an angry letter to the Daily Mail saying that like there's this organization using public funding for showing pornography, and then like the second year it just happened. Like the Daily Record like finally caught a sniff, and it was like the best advertising that we could possibly do because like the next day everything had sold out. But yeah, in terms of lasting problems, it was amazing. Like they started a petition on a, you know, like the right-wing version of 38 Degrees, and they got 1,000 signatures against us, which is, I mean, you know, like that's definitely a mark of success. About like not using money for porn. So this year is, you know, like because we've sort of established ourselves as like, you know, it's potentially dangerous to put on porn events with public money. This year we put on 2, so like hopefully that'll solve that problem. If there's anything that like, you know, potentially that like the audience that shows up for SQIFF finds problematic or troublesome or uncomfortable, then like we would obviously want to fix that. The big thing that we want is to like learn from those things, because obviously like nobody gets everything right. But like so long as you don't keep like doubling down, basically so long as you don't make a mistake and double down on it and affect your community, like I don't give a fuck if like the Daily Record gets pissed off, and I don't think anybody else does. Like some right-wing newspaper like gets a bit upset about porn. Like whatever, they're going to be upset about porn anyway, so we might as well show it. Basically just here to like give people in Glasgow hopefully something that they're looking for. And like if we're not doing that, then we've got a problem. But so long as our audiences are enjoying like what we're actually doing, then yeah, there's definitely nothing that we feel like we have to fix.